going on, world? DS1 Ross. Now I'm back. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who support me and who support this platform. Sheep Stay Sleep TV. It's very much appreciated. Much love. Give me a second. We're going to start this show. Yeah, fam. So we back. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all make sure y'all like the stream. Share the show. Send my man Haven a link. Yeah, y'all, we back. Got my man Haven with me, man. I'm bring him up here, and I'm gonna let my man go in. Shout out to everybody, yo, everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Share the show, man. Share the show. Yo, what's good, Haven?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you,
Oh, good, good, good. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. My fault, man. Sometimes stuff be coming up. It be crazy.
man. It's all good, bro. What's going on, man?
Shit, you know how I do. I'm just chilling how I chill, doing what I do.
Facts, facts, facts. So, man, what's good, man? I've been seeing you in and out. I've been hearing shit going on with your page. A lot of bullshit, man. I appreciate you coming up here and wanting to let the people know what's good and what's been going on and speak your mind, man. So let everybody know what's been going on. Yo,
Um, yo, yeah.
okay.
I've been, me, my fault. Hello,
Yeah, I can hear you
my
now, bro.
fault. My fault. I'm having some technical difficulties. My fault. My fault.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah. But I've been chilling. I've been doing what I do. It's just that I've been really busy at work, taking care of the fam. But I'm really sitting back and I'm just enjoying what I'm seeing here on this internet. What's going on with these dudes doing exactly like I said they was gonna do. Anybody who said I was wrong, I was a liar, I didn't know what I was talking about. It happened just like I said it was gonna happen when I said it was gonna happen.
Yeah, man. That's true. That's true. So how long how long have the whole FBA thing been out? You wanna give some background about that real quick, or you wanna go
Yeah,
into
I could,
something else
I could give
first?
some background about that. The whole FBA thingy started because Tariq is a grifter. He was trying to steal ADOS like he steal everything else. Remember, like I told people, around this time last year, Tariq started promoting ADOS, but he started promoting it as if it was his own thing. Until somebody called Yvette, one of Yvette Carnell's followers called them out in real time on the show, and then he had to give Tone Talks and Yvette credit. But by the time that happened, people had already started associating ADOS with Tariq. But Tariq was smart enough to know that Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks probably most likely was going to have a copyright on that, and he wasn't going to be able to just use it. So he was basically trying to take their information, push ADOS a little bit, and then create his own thing. Because first he started with NBA, which was Native Black Americans. That flopped, so he went back to ADOS. Then he came back with Foundational Black Americans, and he's been pushing that ever since. And he's been looking for his window of opportunity to start selling merchandise, do conferences, might even try to pull out a DVD. I don't know too much about that, but like I said, he was going to use this to sell merchandise, hoodies and T-shirts, and because they did a conference, he was going to use it for him to be able to do a conference.
So he been planning on doing this conference shit.
Yeah, he's a grifter. Like I told people from day one when he first started pushing ADOS, I told people, I said, he's a grifter. He's going to try to He's going to try to take the information, pretend that it's his, throw a little bit of comedy on it, put it in his own words, and then he was going to start his own hashtag and then run with it from there, because he already knew that, again, Tone Talks Yvette, he already knew that they were smart enough to put a that if they saw this thing actually blowing up, they was going to copyright the hashtag so nobody couldn't use it or make money off it without their permission.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So at the end of the day, man, yo, so did you hear my stream I did on this?
Nah, bro, I didn't even hear your stream. I wasn't even really much on the internet all day. I just try to I uploaded a video, but I haven't been able to like even be on the internet. I didn't even see you do a stream on this issue or nothing like that, because you probably didn't even have ADOS or something like that even in the title.
Nah. See, what I did was I did a stream about I did a stream talking about the shit with Tariq and him trying to throw this $200,000 conference, and I was talking about the shit that happened with Polite, and the name of the stream is called Hotep Thespians.
Oh yeah. I was watching it, and then I had to cut it off because I was on my way to work. Remember, I was talking to you the other day, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta hit work up." So I've been busy all day. I didn't get a chance to really get back into that stream for you to hear you explain what's a thespian and go in.
Yeah, but basically, I was talking about this shit, man, and I was talking about how, you know, people just gotta see the writing on the walls, man. I mean, it's been in our face for a while. I mean, for a while now, I already done figured it out, but a lot of people still falling for this shit, bro. I don't get it. You feel me?
They falling for it to investing that's understand. Somebody invested, it's going to be energy went to waste. Two, they don't want to admit that they're wrong, which is more important. About money into it's obvious to a duck that it's a scam. The internet to this day talking about there is no beef between ADOS and Foundational Black American. It's the same thing. Even though the two leaders of the two different the internet, and they so invested in this and they don't want to be wrong and they so embarrassed they still telling people that it's the same thing.
That makes sense. But I mean, damn, you right too. And plus, being that he got such a big platform, he probably got a lot of new fans and new people that's coming around. But I mean, come on, man. It's people gotta understand that all of this conscious community and all of this shit is pretty much over, man. Like everybody's around now. It's a money grab. It's just a hustle for people, man. That shit is over. Nothing. It's no more people that's trying to help anybody. Like you're gonna find that very few far in between. But as far as those guys, all of that, but that wave of that Sinetta wave and all of that, that shit is over, bro.
I know it's over. It's just purely entertainment now, or for the dumbest of the dumbest people, because it's like y'all letting these niggas run around do this bullshit. Y'all let them kill the golden goose. I mean, the goose that laid the golden egg, man. This shit could have been a wonderful thing for everybody. People could have made money off it. It could have helped people, but because y'all kept letting people be frauds and all that other stuff in it, y'all destroyed it.
Yeah, because they rather destroy it than let other people come and eat too. That's really what it was, man. Certain motherfuckers was wanted to monopolize the shit. They ain't want to let everybody eat because at one point, a lot of like you could have easily became a vendor and started making money out that shit, but they wanted to monopolize the shit and close everybody in, and shit got out of control.
Yeah, man, they destroyed it, and they also let what happened, what we seeing now, which I said was gonna happen. They was gonna people from the outside was gonna see the way people was running this community all sloppy, and they was gonna infiltrate it. I told people that you was gonna start having white people and all other groups of people bringing in agents to come in the community just to hustle people to make money off them. um, aka Boyce Watkins. Remember, who is Boyce Watkins? He's a character who works for Mr. Wu, Charles Wu. Charles Wu said it out his own mouth. He recruited Boyce. Boyce was a broke nigga, recruited him, gave him the game about what he needed to say, how he needed to say it, gave him a script to come into the conscious community to sell people hope so he could get rich. So Mr. Wu could get rich. Not Boyce, Mr. Wu, like the little like Boyce did it like a little hoe. And guess what? After Boyce been exposed, he's still allowed to be in the community. This is how you get an Yvette Carnell, who Boyce brought into the community, which I personally got a conspiracy theory that them white boys who Yvette rolled with, the white nationalists, gave Mr. Wu some money and told Mr. Wu to tell Boyce, put her on. Because without Boyce, we wouldn't even know who Yvette was. And Yvette been working for white nationalists since day one.
Okay, okay. So where do Tone come into play at?
Tone is Yvette right hand man. They two pies and they two peas in the pod. Tone is always been down with the fuck shit. Tone is a prosecutor. I told people that. Tone is a prosecutor. That nigga, and he tried to make it seem like he became a prosecutor by mistake. Like, nigga, you went to one of the top law schools in the country, passed the bar exam, and then got one of the top prosecutor jobs in the country. You was a prosecutor for LA, for the city of LA. You don't become a prosecutor for the city of LA by mistake.
Damn.
You don't get into UCLA law school by mistake.
That's true. That's true.
Like Toma, he trying to make it seem like he was a little kid and he didn't know what he was doing. And people so dumb or so desperate to believe in anything that they was running with that. Like a nigga really became a prosecutor by mistake. Like he was just like a 15-year-old prosecutor and he didn't know what he was doing.
That's thespianism, man. That's when niggas get in actor mode. Niggas be knowing what they be doing, man. You know? That's that acting shit though.
Yeah, but that's what Yvette Carnell and them doing right now, pretending like they never was Trump supporters and attacking Tariq Nasheed. When Tariq is doing the same thing that they've been doing. Remember, Yvette Carnell sipped wine to celebrate Trump's victory and was attacking people, talking about y'all shouldn't be afraid of Trump, and talking about going to Trump and asking Trump for stuff. And maybe he could do some of the things that he said he was going to do for black people on the campaign trail. Remember, her and Tone attacked the Congressional Black Caucus for refusing to meet with Trump, President Trump. Now, when Tariq say it, now you attacking them because now y'all trying to make it seem to the stupid people that y'all not really a Trump supporter group while telling them to do stuff that would actually help Trump with this down ballot nonsense. Like, you got to be talking to people who don't know anything about politics, because they told people to go vote Democrat. But if you notice, because remember, I didn't get to do my part 3 video, but if you notice, they told people to go vote Democrat, but they said vote for every Democrat on a ballot, down ballot for every Democrat, except the Democrat running for president. If you vote Democrat but not the one running for president, And we know Democrats need the black vote to win. The Republicans don't. By definition, you are helping Trump win by telling black people not to vote for the Democrat, and they know that. But they had to try to put some extras on it, some extra steps on it to make him seem like they wasn't a Democratic, they wasn't a Republican front group. They were sneaky, like they getting the same result, but they doing it in a backhanded manner that if you don't really understand politics, you wouldn't even pick up on.
Okay. So I mean, but would you think Tariq would just fuck around and just get down with Tone and Yvette instead of like doing the same shit but on his own?
Hell no. This was the plan from Jump Street. They both was planning to stab each other in the back from Jump Street. Tariq was planning on stabbing him in the back when he first started talking about ADOS, when he first started talking about it and trying to switch it to Native Black Americans. He was always planning on doing this, to sell t-shirts, hoodies, do a conference. He saw everything that they was doing and he was going to do it to get money in his pocket. That's all this was ever about with Tariq. Was just about money. But Tone and Yvette, this is deeper than rap for them. They actually work for white nationalists. So this ain't about no money. This is about causing division between black people. This is about helping Republicans stay in office. That's what this is about with them. So they was always planning to let Tariq run around, do as much damage as he can, help the movement get as much clout as he can. And then once they didn't need Tariq anymore, they was going to stab him in the back. Or once Tariq outlived his usefulness or was talking in a way that was hindering what they was trying to do, they was always going to roast Tariq. And they've been throwing shots at Tariq this whole time, which he admitted, which I told people, but everybody said I was lying. Because remember, Tariq in his live stream said Yvette and Tone been throwing shots at him for months. And I told people that they been throwing shots at him for months, and they was setting it up for when the day come when they was going to stab him right in the back. They was already putting their ducks in a row, getting ready for this moment.
Right.
And he said he never said nothing about it, trying to stay on code. He never said nothing about it because he was trying to get all the clout he could get to get all the money he could get out of it. That's the reason he never said nothing about it. And he was watching my videos. That's the only reason he even know, because he don't watch Tone and Yvette like that anymore.
Damn. So this was just basically a next money grab for Tariq. But
Yeah,
this is like a power move for Tone and Yvette pushing this ADOS shit.
Yeah, this ain't about money with them. The money is that this is about making sure that Republicans is in charge, large and in charge, and dividing black people. They was never about reparations. This is why I keep telling people, and nobody has answered this question yet. I said ADOS been around for like about 2 years before Tariq started pushing it, and before it blew up. Name me 5 times Yvette or Yvette talked about reparations and talked about getting reparations for black people. You can't, because this movie was never about reparations. Tariq is the one who started reparations 2020, tangibles 2020. No black agenda, no vote. That was Tariq. Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks didn't start that. They started pushing that because they saw Tariq getting so much clout pushing that with the ADOS stuff. Because remember, the reason people jumped on the ADOS stuff is because they thought it was a reparations movement for black people in America, which it was never that.
Right. That is why most people jumped on it, because they thought it'd be a check for them at the end of the day.
And it was no check. And this is why you also had so much confusion, because everybody kept saying, if this is a reparations movement about a check, why are we constantly beefing with black immigrants? Where did the beef come from? Why? Well, like, what's going on with that? That was Yvette and Carnell putting that, Yvette and Tone putting that in the game, because again, that's why they started ADOS in the first place, to cause division between black people in America. This is why when they was pushing, people was pushing ADOS, and you had people like me who knew about ADOS before Tariq, because that's how most people found out about it, was because of Tariq. And with reparations, you had people like me banging on it. They was like, and you had other people who was like immigrants banging on it. I'm not an immigrant, but I let people just call me an immigrant for the sake of whatever.
Yeah.
People was banging on it, and you had people who was Pan-Africanists banging on it and stuff like that. People thought that this was just them being afraid that they're gonna lose benefits. That's how they spunked it, but it was really not about that. It was about banging on Yvette Carnell and Tone, because that's what the ADOS movement was all about anyway, attacking Black immigrants. It was never about reparations. Never. Never. It was all about it. Like even right now, when Yvette was doing her video yesterday, where she was showing her receipts about her work, she never produced a receipt showing how she been pushing and working for reparations. She showed receipts about her attacking Black immigrants, but she never produced no receipts trying to get no reparations, because it was never about that. Never. And a lot of people look stupid that they would have turned their feel. Like I told people, your emotions is too high. Turn your feelings down a little bit and just listen to what people got to say, and you will save yourself a lot of heartache and pain. So a lot of people hurt right now because they done associated themselves with this ADOS fuck shit so much that now they can't even back away from it, even if they want to. And even if they try to back away from it, it's a lot of people, like myself included, who not letting people back away from this. Like, dog, you turned on everything, a lot, not just Tariq, but a lot of people turned on everything they ever claimed to stand for to follow behind this shit. And now it's crumbling in their face the same way I said it would. You got Tariq, you got Yvette Carnell and Tone talking about their next conference next year, and reparations is nowhere even being mentioned. They already jumped off the reparations train. Like that shit ain't even, like, they're not even talking about that shit no more.
Yeah, man. That's I mean, damn. But like I said, man, I think a lot of people that's falling for it is probably a lot of new people. I think now it's a lot more people that's woke about a lot of these people, bro. But they got new people coming through to their platforms every day. So they got a lot of new suckers, I feel.
Of course, they got a lot of new suckers, but I'm not mainly talking about them. Like I already gave the new suckers a pass, but I'm talking about the people who've been around. I'm talking about your people like your Tariq Nasheeds. I'm talking about your people like your Sarnettas. I'm talking about your people like your who else? Your Professor Black Truths. Your Black Authority. All these people who went against everything they claim the goal they stand for. I'm talking about mainly your personalities and a few active people who like to be active in the chat room. All of y'all can't walk back. Y'all can't walk this back. Y'all can't walk this back. Y'all can try to walk this back with some of them fucking losers who still running around thinking that ADOS is actually a lineage, when Yvette Carnell and Tone made it painfully clear over the last 2 days, ADOS is not a lineage. It's a group that they have founded, they're the leaders of, they trademarked it. It's a group that they claim to advocate on behalf of a lineage. You can't, like I keep telling niggas, I've been telling niggas since day one, you can't be kicked out of a lineage. There is no litmus test to be, no. Yeah, there's no litmus test to be a part of a lineage. Nobody controls a lineage where if I speak against you, I have now attacked. That's why I kept telling niggas how stupid you are. How the fuck could ADOS be a lineage? And if I say I don't agree with Yvette or Tone, I have now attacked 40 million people in 400 years of history. How does that work? shit is crazy. Like, how does that work? Like DS, how does that work?
I mean,
Like,
I don't.
did you ever fall for that? That don't even sound right. So I don't agree with something you said. I have now just attacked 40 million black people living in America, and I attacked all black people who ever lived throughout the 400 years of history since from 1916 to 2000. I mean, 1619 to 2019. Does that even sound like some shit that somebody with a brain would even say?
I mean, hell no. I mean, but a lot of people believe it because these people, bro. They got, and I was talking about this in my show. They got characters that they've created here on YouTube, and the image of these characters that they created for themselves are very popular. And it's hard for people to go against popularity because everybody want to be down and everybody want to seem like they know somebody that's popping to them. So this is why a lot of people follow too, man. That's why people believe dumb shit. That's why people still even over there and they even still got a following. It's because of that. That got a lot to do with it too, man. The fact that these people are popular. These people are known. They got some type of notoriety.
I know, like I said, I had an echo. You hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, it's like I said with like what I called niggas. I called them dick riders. Now Yvette is using my term, calling Tariq a wave rider. You like that's the funny part about this. ADOS and foundational Black Americans are attacking each other with my talking points. Everything I ever said about Tariq, Yvette, Tone, and all of them are using it to attack Tariq with. Everything I ever said about Tariq, he's using it to attack Yvette and Tone with. That is the total funny
The
part
truth.
about this.
They know you telling the truth.
Everything. ADOS is a group, ADOS is a cult, it's a hate group, all that stuff, they trademarked it. It is not a lineage. Because you can't join or opt out, opt into a lineage. You can't, there's no, all the things I have been saying from day one that people said I was a liar and I didn't know what I was talking about. Tariq said on his show about them. And I told people, I said, this day is gonna come and and this is how they're gonna break apart. Tariq is gonna claim that ADOS is a group. He didn't know it was a group, but foundational Black Americans is not a group, it's actually a lineage. Everything that he was saying about ADOS is actually true about be down with the shit that he was saying. You gotta switch from ADOS to foundational Black Americans. And that's exactly what he did. Because now ADOS is a group. Remember, Tariq was saying it wasn't a group, but now it's a group now. But
Right.
foundational Black Americans is not a group. It's the lineage now. So if you want to rep the lineage, you got to drop ADOS and you got to pick up foundational Black Americans.
Right.
Told people that was going to happen. Told them that this was going to happen. It was going to happen exactly this way. I know a lot of people crying right now. They really bought into this stuff. They really thought that this was the new civil rights movement. You had people really claiming that ADOS was the new civil rights movement. Not even realizing how big of fools they made out of themselves. You literally let a transracial lesbian swirler who has attacked everything, who works for white nationalists and has attacked everything you ever claimed to stand for. You really follow behind her thinking you was going to get a check out the United States government by hashtagging and support and super chatting to her making YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's sad, bro.
Like I'm like y'all can't like this is what I keep saying when I keep saying that a lot of people got to go back to sleep. A lot of people want to be woke and want to be positive and help the people, but it's like a lot of y'all just too dumb or y'all not ready to put the work in to actually educate yourself to put yourself in a position to help the people. You actually hurting the people. People don't have no idea how much damage you have done to black progress and black rights following behind Yvette Carnell and pushing this ADOS shit. Niggas have no idea. You have no idea.
I mean, it's only a matter of time, bro. Sooner or later, man. I believe that's why I said this. I think I said this on my stream too. I said I'm gonna say within the next maybe 3 to 5 years, all this shit'll be over, bro. With all this um pro-black hustling and hotep hustling and all of this shit is gonna be over. It's gonna be over, bro. Cause it's only so long that this shit can keep going
Yeah,
before it's gonna end itself.
it's gonna end itself as we know it. It's gonna still go on, but it's not gonna be as big as we see it is now. And it's gonna and you're not and it's like a lot of people just not going for it because it's like they don't even understand that all that dick riding that these niggas was doing, how much damage you did to like black people actually doing real work and really doing politics. You made black people look a fool. You really had I'm talking about the hardcore supporters. You really had people out here pushing ADOS thinking that it was a lineage. Because remember, a lot of people didn't even hear Yvette and Tone. They didn't even know about them. They got onto it because they heard a friend say it. And you know how sometimes it is somebody you know tell you something and you believe them and you start pushing it and then you found out it's some bullshit. There's a lot of people like that looking crazy stupid who don't want nothing to do with no black politics, no black anything no more because of this. A lot of people have become cynical where they don't want to be a part of no movement, no nothing. Everything is garbage to them now because they feel so bad. They got so tricked with this. Like that's what I want to know. I want to know the people. They got blood on their hands, man. I'll put it like that. Like I'm about to be bombing on people for the next couple of days. But these YouTubers, they got blood on their hands, man. They help legitimize this fuck shit.
Yeah.
They help legitimize this fuck shit. Like now you got some of them trying to pretend like they never supported it. You got other motherfuckers picking sides and all this other goofy shit. Y'all niggas legitimize this shit, man. Y'all got blood on y'all hands. Y'all got blood on y'all hands because this ADOS shit ensured Trump is gonna be the president again. Trump is gonna win. I'm gonna do a video breaking that down about how I felt he was gonna try to steal the presidency, but he should have never became president in the first place to steal it for a second term. But y'all help enable all our enemies. This ADOS movement will be used to enable all of our enemies. You got Democrats who don't like black people now being able to push their way to the forefront because of this ADOS fuck shit. You got black immigrants who never liked black people who using the ADOS xenophobia to justify their position to come out. So now they coming out the closet. You got all manners of groups. You done help white supremacists get stronger. Trump, you basically secured a second term for him with ease because of this. Everybody who doesn't like black people literally got stronger because of this ADOS movement, and they're going to be in a position to really do damage to black people over the next couple of years, over the next couple of decades. Niggas got blood on their hands, man.
I think they think it's a game.
Like they really think this shit is a game. You think this is a game where y'all niggas was promoting all this xenophobia on the internet and claiming to represent black people as a whole in America? You think that shit is a game? You think that's a game where people are opening the New York Times hearing about a, a group called ADOS that hates everybody, claiming to be the new civil rights movement because they got mad they didn't get what they were supposed to get during the first one, so they needed to start a new one, and they represent all black people. You think that shit is a game? You think that's a game that y'all niggas help legitimize white? Y'all helping legitimize white nationalists, giving them cover. You think that shit is a game? You think this shit is a game that you help Trump get into office? Look at Trump now with this whole Byron Allen case. Do people understand that if the Republicans rule in favor of Comcast, which is a 99.7% chance that they're gonna do it, that shit gonna affect black people, all black people, and the effects of that is not going to be able to be undone no time soon, maybe never. Hello?
Yo, I'm
Yeah,
here, bro.
yeah. Like, do people understand that? Because I told people, I said, if Trump will become president, he's going to attack a lot of our civil rights levels legislation. But I didn't even think that Trump would have the unmitigated gall to go after civil rights legislation from the 1860s. I thought he was just going to go after the shit from the 19th century, 1960s. He back to the 1860s.
Hmm.
And if that go, that's a domino effect for everything that came after it to go.
Facts. He killing that shit from the root.
From the root. And then guess what? What's gonna happen then? Because most of these niggas keep talking, but it's like you don't know what it's like to live in America. Even the old niggas don't know what it's like to live in America where you have no rights. Where you literally have no rights, and you can't go to the federal government, and the state and the local government got free reign on you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Most of y'all don't know what that's like. Y'all don't know what that's like. And y'all don't, and y'all, I'm telling y'all, y'all don't want to know what that's like, but y'all about to find out because y'all thought this was a game.
Yeah, they think they not gonna like it either, man. That should have. I think if it was to get like that, man, that should have caused an uproar. It'll go. People will go crazy. Some people will go nuts because they so used to having certain freedoms, but they won't have that shit.
Give me one moment real quick.
All right. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Shout out to everybody who I seen a couple super chats. I appreciate y'all, man. Let me scroll up real quick. Shout out to Mr. G. He said Haven has yet to be wrong about ADOS slash FBAF boys. It's really funny when the sheeps turned against their leaders. Shout out to Mr. G, man. Think I saw one more. Go Hard Black, I appreciate it. T-Rex say you forgot her Cardi B video. Very disrespectful to black folk. What's going on, Mrs. Berry? What's going on? Michael says ADOS still gonna fight for civil rights while having no rights. Good point.
Hello?
You back, bro?
Yeah, I'm back. My son woke up. You know, baby woke up, and I had to put him back in the bed. He came looking for me.
Oh, okay, no doubt.
Yeah, he might do that again, but who knows? But we're gonna talk for right now. But yeah, and it's gonna be an uprising. But guess what? You ain't gonna have no allies to help you or nothing or no cover the way people had in the civil rights movement. That ain't gonna be there. It's like, well, like, what do you think? You sending us back to the beginning. You crying about that we don't have a lot of rights now, but now you created an environment where we'll have little to no rights. And then what? Because once this shit is gone, it's gone. This shit ain't coming back. Once if Trump want to take away affirmative action, once he get that, it ain't coming back. You're not going to be able to go say, well, we didn't get to make use of it the first time. We need the second time. Then nobody's going for that shit. You got them strategically going after black employment, black things that black people that created the black middle class, which created opportunities for people. You got them targeting the post office. Do niggas know that the post office is the largest employer of black people in the country?
Nah, they don't know.
Did you know that? Did you know that Trump and the Republic? Did you know that before Trump, the Republicans been trying to destroy the post office for that specific reason? They were trying to run the post office into the ground, and now Trump became president. He's been trying to run because a lot of black people either work for the federal government or got contracted through the federal government. That's why he's trying to fuck all that up. How are people gonna make a living for themselves now? And the reason black people disproportionately work for the federal government or work through the federal government is because of so much racism in the private sector.
Right.
Now what's going to happen if the private sector is still racist, but now because of Trump and his policies, they allowed to be even more racist. And now that you can't go to the federal government, how niggas going to eat now?
Damn.
And you talking about the streets, you can't even really eat on the streets anymore either. And Trump already bringing back convict leasing. Niggas don't even know that. I did a little video about it inside of another video, but I'm still meant to do a whole video about it. Convict leasing is back because Trump keeping all the illegals out, so there's nobody to pick the food. So Trump let the states say like, hey, make the inmates do it.
Damn.
And we know who the color of those inmates who they got in the field are.
Facts.
And we know they're gonna need more because it ain't gonna be enough. And we know that ain't going nowhere because Trump ain't gonna let it go nowhere because he still ain't gonna let up on the illegals. And two, they make more money by having the prisoners do it than having the illegals do it.
Right.
Because they pay the illegals nothing, but they really can pay the prisoners nothing, and the illegals can leave whenever they want. Prisoners can't.
Mm-hmm.
They making more money like that. They about to start trying to have even more people in jail. And we know where they're gonna get those more people from. We know what communities they going to. Like I think it's done created a fucked up position for a lot of black people, like especially with this Comcast thing. Where now they changed the burden of proof was already too crazy when trying to sue a company or something like that for racism. But if Trump and them get their way, it's gonna be impossible to sue a company for racism, even if they're being racist in your face. Because now the new standard is you have to prove that racism is the only reason why somebody was doing something, why they didn't hire you, why they fired you, why they mistreating you, to actually successfully sue now. I mean, if the Supreme Court rules with Trump and Comcast, that's impossible to prove. That means It's not enough to prove that somebody's being racist. You have to prove that that racism is the only reason.
Mm-hmm.
You can't prove that it's the only reason. Somebody might come to court and say, yeah, I was being racist, but I also didn't like his haircut.
Right, that's true.
Or I didn't like his attitude, or I didn't like the clothes he wore, or something like that. Say it was partially because I don't like him because he's black, but his blackness wasn't the only reason. Then you lose, and they get away with discriminating against you.
Mm-hmm.
Like how black people supposed to function? I'm think about that. How you supposed to function as a with any type of dignity, living in an environment where you know that if you go to work, somebody at the work job could disrespect you on some crazy racist shit, and you have no recourse, because your only recourse besides popping off would be to sue.
Mm-hmm.
Your only real like successful recourse, because if you pop off, you're gonna get locked up. The only thing you can really actually do is sue, but you can't sue that. You can't sue them no more. If this go through, how many black people gonna have to go to work every day and suffer indignity after indignity on top of indignity just to make sure they can keep a roof over their head? And this is the environment niggas created for people running behind Yvette Carnell, a known person who works for white nationalists on the board of a white nationalist front group. The board.
Why do you think nobody wants to believe that part?
Because nobody knows about that part, because people keep trying to drown out that information. Like remember, Tone and Yvette was personally flagging down videos when I put that information out. They was personally flagging down my videos, flagging down channels. And again, these YouTubers are such dick riders that they didn't even want to dare even if they knew the information was true, they didn't want it to get out there because they didn't want nobody to accuse them of hating. They was worried about their views. They was worried about their cash apps. This is why these people can never help black people, because they're more concerned about their cash apps than they are about helping black people, or they more concerned about being accused of being a hater than they are about helping black people. That's why they do nothing but hinder black people. Even Tariq said it when he did his show about how he knew Yvette Carnell was fucking with white nationalists, and he was still defending her just to be on code. What part of the code is defend somebody who you know is an agent?
Exactly.
What code you on? What code you following where you know somebody is working with white nationalists, wearing MAGA hats, working with white nationalists, promoting division in the black community, and you defend them and make it seem like anybody who's talking about that is a liar or a hater, and that's not true, or it's not that deep. When you know it's the opposite, just to stay on code. What code is that? What code is that? Like, that shit hurt my heart, and that he could even admit something like that, and nobody and everybody don't like, what? You knew she was working with the who, and you kept it to yourself and was defending her, pretending that it wasn't like that to stay on code? What code are you on?
Tell you.
You had people literally running behind somebody who you knew was working for white nationalists, pushing something that you knew was created to cause division amongst black people. For what now? To stay on code? That shit hurt. That's why I said, like after this, I'm pretty much going to have to transition out of this whole YouTube conscious shit, because this shit hurt my heart, how niggas could literally do this to people, and people let this shit ride, and they could even admit that they doing this to the people, and people still sitting there following behind them. The only people who turned on Tariq because of that is the people who still dick riding Yvette. Only people. Do people know that Yvette Carnell? I think that's how she stopped. That's why she wasn't working for the Democrats no more, because they found out she was an agent. When she was working for the Democrats, she wrote an article calling black people traitors who put their own interests as black people above the interests of the country.
Oh shit! Wow.
She called black people traitors. That's what I think. That's when the Democrats say, you know what, you going too far. You got to get the fuck up out of here. Because she was defending racists, talking about people shouldn't attack Ron Paul and talk about the racist letters, leave him in the campaign, leave him alone. and saying black, and that's why she was attacking black people, because black people was the ones making the biggest deal about his racist letters, because his racist letters was attacking black people. And she was like, y'all putting y'all own black interests above the country. Y'all traitors.
God damn. Yeah, that's agent talk. That's
Like,
agent.
so black people caring about black issues and coming at racists who attack black people make us traitors to the country.
Right. But the
And
whole
niggas
point
knew
of us
about that.
dealing with politics is to get our interests solved and put on the table. So how the fuck are we traders for that?
Exactly. And people let that shit ride. Niggas knew about that. And now niggas is trying to pretend like they didn't know about that. Like, you got this fuck nigga O'Shea pretending that when he did his first video attacking ADOS trying to run behind Tariq, he was like, there's rumors circulating that Yvette is a swirler with a white woman and she's a lesbian and she works for white nationalists. These are rumors, but if they happen to be true, that's why I think we should roll with Tariq. Nigga, you know they true. Sitting around here trying to save face, because you know you was pumping ADOS this whole time too. Being a follower.
Yeah, because I remember when you first called them, when you first called them out, you called everybody out not too long after that who was on the ADOS train with them. You called them all out. So yeah, them motherfuckers is front. Because I remember when you did it.
Yeah. And the shit is corny. That's why the shit hurt, because niggas are gonna let niggas get away with this like they always do, but they don't understand. This ain't the regular bullshit conscious community hustle that come one year and be gone the next. This shit gonna have ramifications way beyond that. This is gonna be the way people infiltrate black politics from now on. Well, now black people, serious black people, will never be able to get a movement, because now all our enemies know all we gotta do is have somebody talk about reparations and create a new hashtag and then just claim it's your identity, it's your lineage, and niggas gonna run behind it and we gonna get them to attack whoever we want them to attack.
Yeah, yeah. And people just and see, man, this is why I talk about the power of social media, man. People don't understand, man, that all this shit is a tool to socialize us into going into a direction that somebody who has a political agenda without our vested interest, but the vested interest is us to keep us asleep, man. And this is just what they doing. They plan is working because they got Tone and Yvette to push this agenda, man. They got them. They using the pieces on the board against us, man, as usual. They've been using our people, control our position. They've been doing this shit.
Exactly. But these appeal to be the people in the conscious community who supposed to be so smart, supposed to be at the tip of the spear of black people and intellectual thought, but they falling for this. They falling for the most basic, goofy scams and schemes I ever seen in my life. Like, you don't even gotta guess that Yvette is actually a member of a white nationalist group. Because remember, I was the first person to say Yvette is an agent. She's working for white nationalists. I told people, I said, I can't say I'm 100% sure, but the way she moving and the way she talking, I'm 99% sure. And I know I'm going to find the name of the group she worked for. Because I heard these talking points coming out of her mouth. That's just coming out of her mouth. I heard them word for word before. And sure enough, I found it. I found the group. And the group even publicly claims Yvette as one of their members, and Yvette publicly claims the group. Could you imagine a neo-Nazi group publicly claiming somebody who was in the Jewish community saying that yeah they fuck with us, and this person was trying to divide the Jewish community, and people being who's supposed to be at the cutting edge, tip of the spear, conscious in the Jewish conscious, falling for that shit, or somebody doing that in the Chinese community. Like it's so blatant. Like people fall for the divide and conquer agent tactic. It happens. People fall for the Manchurian candidate. It happens. But it ain't never been this obvious or this blatant in the history of mankind.
Yeah. See what it's doing, bro? It's showing people that all of this, pro-black and all of this revolutionary talk and all of this shit is starting to, this paradigm is starting to fade, man. Everything, and I talked about this too. I did a show on paradigms, and they're trying to phase this paradigm out, man. That's what it is, man. The shit is over. And people they're gonna have to learn to accept that in the next couple of years, this shit will not be here. And they're gonna have to learn how to swim on their own, man. You can't hold on to Sanetta's platform no more. You can hear niggas debate and talk about Egypt and, you know, glorify shit with this vainglorious talking points and trying to just, you know, win you over with this talk. This shit is over with, man. You gotta wake. People are gonna have to wake up on their own. They're gonna have to be their own leaders. For real, man. This shit is over with. All of that ring around the rosy, we are the world, and this shit is over. Our people have sold us out just like they did in the beginning, man. With slavery. It's the same shit. And it is what it is. People gonna have to accept it. See, the reason why too people believe in them, bro, is because they're holding on to these people as hope. They need something to believe in. So they're using these people and these ideologies because they need something on to hold on to. Because once this shit really ends, a lot of people are gonna be lost again, bro. Think about think about before. Think about before, because you was fucking with the conscious community before it got on YouTube. So think about how small the conscious community network was before it got on YouTube compared to it is now. Like this shit is all over the world. And it's like that for a reason. But this shit is coming to an end. And people gonna have to accept
They are, and they squandered the goose that they killed, the goose that laid the golden egg. This shit could have been a tool of powerful social change for our people. Look at all the dust that this ADOS fuck shit has kicked up. Imagine if this was if they had kicked up this dust in a righteous manner. Black, they do people realize that black people were finally in a position after gritting their teeth and working with Democrats who they knew didn't like them, that they knew were racist and was only trying to use them to help themselves, and knew that black people had to work with them because they was the lesser of two evils. We was finally being able to put ourselves in the driver's seat, and niggas squandered it, crying about a check that wasn't even on the table, following behind somebody who was an admitted agent working for white nationalists.
because see what we gotta realize about this, bro, is for the most part, most black people, they don't want freedom. They want to continue, they want to find a way to live comfortable within this shit. They don't want out of this shit. They don't want the shit that's going on to not exist. They just want to have shit to where things don't touch them, where things don't affect them. And that's what this shit is showing. And Bobby Hemmett talked about this shit years ago, man. I watched I watched a lecture where he told black people, don't join none of these movements. Don't join none of these political parties. Don't join none of these political religious organizations or none of that shit because all of those people that run that shit is sellouts. They all already sold out. They already done took the money from the people and they are being used. They're part of the 10%. These are people who want to be part of the 10%. You feel me? They want to be the bloodsuckers of the poor. They want to be the ones they want to be our leaders and our shepherds. And they're just, you know, being told to use another person's agenda, but they're using it on us. And this is what it is, man. We've been once sold out by our people once again, man. And we're going to have to find out how to make it and figure this shit out without none of this shit because it's a wrap.
Exactly. And people don't understand how, like, again, like, I'm really disappointed. Like, I always seen that the niggas fall for the dumb shit, but like this blatantly and this late in the game and in this manner, like really, you really let somebody show you a hashtag and tell you that that was your lineage. And if anybody has something to say about the people who made that hashtag, they now attacking you and all your ancestors, and you fell for that.
Yeah, bro, think about it. When when Trayvon Martin got killed, they had people blacking out their profile pictures on Facebook. And that shit was a movement. I had people thinking that that was going to bring some justice to the fucking situation. It's the same shit, bro. It's the same shit, man. Sheep stay sleep, man. We got to expect the people that follow this shit, they're sheep. They're gonna this is what they're here to do. For real. This is how I'm telling you, people don't understand what social media is for. They making us think that it's for what we use it for, but it's not for that, man. This is all social experiments. This is why they ask us what's on our mind. So if they have a certain amount of millions of people talking about a certain subject on Facebook, they already know what people are talking about. They can gauge it just from that. This is why they set these things up, man. People don't understand that. And with them setting it up that way, then they could usher in the Yvettes, the Tones, and they could do that shit. And then we also got to worry about the Tariqs, the ones who just want to hustle and make money off the situation. So this is the game. This is what this shit that they created it for. This is what it creates. This is the results of it. You get these types of people. This is what we're gonna have to deal with. But at this point, man, we gotta see that this is an individual journey. All of this together shit, this kumbaya, all of us together shit, it's never gonna be that way. Because people are always gonna sell people out. People vested interest a lot of times is just in themselves. And we gotta accept that shit, man. It's it may sound harsh, but it's a reality that we all see is coming to pass. It is what it is.
I feel you, man. Like, shit shouldn't even have. It's like, damn, niggas done started back all over again. It's like this shit. We ain't gonna be able to even try to attempt to come out this shit for like what, another fucking 40 years? Like, just with the judges situation alone. Like, Like people don't understand like how important judges are in America more than ever. More than ever, just with just the judges situation. It's not just the Supreme Court. It's the appeals court because most cases don't go to the Supreme Court. Most cases just go to the appeals court, and he's stacking the appeals court with all kind of fuck niggas, all kind of racists, open racists, people who wrote shit about how much they didn't like black people who couldn't have became a federal judge under Ronald Reagan because they was too racist. He giving positions.
Yep. And see, that's another reason why too, man. They allow, they allow Trump to win because he understands what make most people tick. And he know that for the most part, if money's on the table, people is gonna grab the money. It's just that simple. And once they can pay off the right people to make certain moves to galvanize the people, because that's what they using, you know, eventing them for, then that's when they plan to go into effect, and then he could start putting these people in there that he want in there for certain reasons. This is how it all connects, man. Shit crazy.
Yeah, it is, man. Like, it, I just I don't know, man. Like this one, like, cause I usually would right now be laughing and joking, like when I be fucking up those other movements, cause I fuck this, cause again, I don't, I'm not bragging, but I want to just do a little pat myself on the back real quick. I really am like the MVP, nigga. Like I really said I was gonna come out and turn people against this shit, and I was gonna put out the information. I was gonna wreck this shit, and this shit got wrecked. But at the end of the day, it got wrecked a little too late. It got too much steam, and at the end of the day, it just like damn. I just feel bad. Like I thought I don't even know how to even put this shit into words. It's like I don't want to be rambling or nothing like that, but it was just I thought we were smarter than this.
Nah, man, it's sad that, you know, we're not. For the most part, most of us aren't, man.
Like
A lot of us is sheep. We easily led astray, man. We're blind followers, man. It's
that's
it's
why
it's an acceptance thing. People, like I said, people want to feel accepted by the group.
and that's why that Judas goat analogy that I came up with for Yvette was just
Mhm.
so on point. A
Yeah,
Judas goat leading sheep to slaughter.
yeah. That's exactly what it is, man. And that's always what it been with our people that's selling us out. That's always what it was, man. At the end of the day, everyone looks at, the average person like us. They look at us as a means to an end, man. I could just use these people as a way um to just keep going where I want to go. That's all it is, man. That's how most people look at us as a group. They look at us as that way.
I don't know, as a come up. Like I said, the same
Yeah,
thing with
exactly.
Mr. Wu. Come
Yeah,
on. Like y'all
yeah,
niggas is a y'all easy come on. I'm gonna just make this nigga voice walk and say some bullshit like, oh, we oppressed, white supremacy, we oppressed by this black business boot camp school bullshit.
yeah.
Nobody ever thought to ask how is that gonna end white supremacy, us buying this fucking business boot camp. And
Because
why would white supremacy even allow, if they attacking us like that, why would they even allow us to set up a business?
because see, for the most part, if you look at it and see, this is why I blame a lot of this shit on the conscious community. Because a lot of these snakes that been around and been coming around for the last 10, 15 years, man, has been coming through that conscious community gate. They've been coming with these talking points of talking about, the boogeyman, because that's what they use, I'm gonna say WS. That's what they use it for. They use it as the boogeyman to say, well, listen, if you don't want to be attacked by the boogeyman, buy this from me. They look at all of the people who've came to us and doves and done some wild shit to us. They always come through with that talking point, even if they coming at it from any angle, whether it's health, whether it's finance, education, whatever. They always come from that angle to sell us anything from any of those things I just named. You can name people that came from the conscious community that done fucked over us using those things, and they use that talking.
Exactly. Exactly. You 110% right on that. Always. It's always the same. Always, always, always. And I told people, it's like, listen, it's like just going back to even with Sonetta. Sonetta is the reason. Because remember, all this fuck shit come through Sonetta anyway. All of it. All this fuck shit come through Sonetta. Because Sonetta was the first one to fuck around and let all these people that recruit people that he knew was liars, scammers, and frauds. Because he just knew that what they had to give the gab and people would follow behind them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you knew these people was frauds. You knew Polite was a snake. He snaked you out of $1 million. That's how much of a pussy dumb nigga Sonetta is. I don't mean to turn this into a Sonetta bashing, but that nigga's a stupid motherfucker. He a stupid, weak, dumb, bitch ass nigga that got everything that he deserved, because that's the only thing that kind of helped me like deal with, like, look at this in a positive manner, that Sonetta, even though you brought these motherfuckers in to fuck over the people, they fucked you over. Polite fucked you over out of $1 million. And I know that wasn't, and he fucked you out of other money too.
But see, that was because not only is he illiterate when it comes to business, but also Sonetta is he's one of them old niggas that he's so much of a hustler that he'll take the lowest price that he think is a lot of money. He one of those niggas. You could buy, he's a cheap buy off nigga. You could buy him off for cheap. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like with him, you could say, yo, I want to get this nigga 30,000, but you could start to bait him at about 10. Like, yo, you want to do this event with me for 10,000? You really want to give the nigga 30, but you could bait him starting at 10. He be like, all right, man, give me 15. Give me 18. And then you end up buying a nigga off and still pocketing more money. That's all Polite did. That's all Polite did, because he know Sonetta's a thirsty nigga, man. He knows Sonetta need this money to not fund his life to go to the next level, but to just live the basic, to have the basic necessities. You know, you live up north, bro. You know it ain't cheap to live in the city.
Yeah.
You know that. So at the end of the day, the money that he was getting was peanuts. Polite was giving him peanuts because Sonetta ain't really want no more. Look at his biggest payday. Look what he did with the money.
Yeah.
The nigga went shopping and bought a car.
Bought a used Benz.
You see what I'm saying? So come on. You know Polite was doing that to him. Like, damn, I gotta get this nigga solid like 200,000. Let me see if I could get a nigga 70 or 80. And that's what he did.
Not even that. Gave the nigga less than that. Like, cause Sonetta was such a thirsty nigga.
Yeah.
And Sonetta so stupid, he fucked up the big money trying to chase the small money. Like, yo, you letting these niggas fraud you letting these niggas fuck your platform up with all this scamming and frauding. People not blaming you now, like I told them, but people are gonna start blaming you sooner or later, because you the one bringing these niggas on the platform, and you not vetting them and pretending you vetting them, and they fucking scamming the people. It's gonna bite you in the ass. And look, it did. Like your platform was completely struggling. You ain't got it like that, and that shit about to be over.
Yeah, and you know why that happened? That happened because once again, he's a cheap whore. He whores himself out for the low. He'll bring some scamming ass person or some regurgitated ass scholar up there with a name that people heard of, so he could get the views, so he could get the YouTube money. So he'll do that to himself and risk his integrity. This is what Sinetta have always done.
And the funny
And
part
in the
about it,
end, you lose when you do that.
yeah, because now because remember, I told him, I said, Sunday, you gotta stop doing that. You gotta think about the bigger picture. And like I'm trying to correct you, bro. And but he didn't care because it was all about YouTube views in the back of the day. Remember, there was no Cash App, PayPal, none of that. No Patreon. It was just about whoever get the most views get the most money. Now with the apocalypse, and they keep doing apocalypse, your views don't mean nothing. And now you get a bunch of views from people who don't even care about you, who not gonna donate a penny to you. And the people who would have gave you money and donated and held you down through this time, they don't want to fuck with you because they done been scammed by you. They didn't see that you don't have no integrity. You're not real.
Yep, yep. And now for the most part, most people go over there for the because it's conscious entertainment. That's all it is. He's still trying to, look at what he's doing, bro. He's trying to force new people to accept the old shit he's been doing for years. Like, we don't want to keep seeing no debates. That's over with. How many times you gonna keep recycling these same people?
And debating the same thing. Like we don't want to
Over
hear
and
about
over
no.
and over.
We don't.
Pastors debating, you
Now we
know,
want
was Egypt a
Hebrews.
great civilization? And it's regurgitated, man. It's circular arguments.
that
It's over.
that can't be proven one way or another.
Right, exactly.
No
That at the end of the day boils down to
belief.
who likes what more. That's who's gonna say, that's who the people's gonna vote as the winner of the debate. So if me and you debating and you debating about Egypt and I'm dating and I'm debating about Christianity, at the end of the day, if the popular vote in the chat that everybody is into chematology, you're gonna win the fucking debate. Period.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody wants to hear that bullshit no more.
Exactly. And it's not, see, what I'm saying is it's not even based in logic and people actually listening to the argument. Now it's just about popularity. It's about who likes what. It's about who likes what ideology more. So if it's more people in the chat that's into Kemet, whoever's debating on Kemet is gonna win. Where
Exactly.
back in the day, you had to actually prove your point in the debate. Now you don't have to prove shit. It's about what the people like. And that's how Sarnetta judges the shit. He judges the shit based on what people like and what he likes. Period.
Yeah, that's why it's dead.
Exactly. Exactly. And because that's entertainment, bro. That's not an intellectual debate. It's not. That's some Apollo shit. Two
That's
people
a
get up there singing, whoever the crowd scream for the more wins. That's what
that
that
that's
is.
That's not even Apollo, but that's because remember at the Apollo it's a definite winner. That's some
That's true.
URL shit where
Facts.
both sides rap and then people and you get that debate about who you felt won and who you felt lost.
Facts.
But
That's
there's
true.
no
Yep.
definitive winner or loser.
Yep. Yep.
It's some
That's true.
URL shit. He been
That's
hanging
true.
around Smack too long. He been
That's
watching
true,
Smack
bro.
too long.
Facts. And every side, everybody gets paid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's some URL shit. Facts.
Everybody gets paid the same amount before a word is even spoken.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And they use the people to come in and to pay for the shit. Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Some URL shit.
And that's what all this shit has turned into. That's what it all has turned into, bro.
Yeah.
Can't take none of these people serious. It is what it is, man. Niggas just gotta move on and live their life the best way they know how, bro. That's how it is at this point. That's how I see it. All that other shit is irrelevant because it's showing that it's irrelevant at this point. It's showing that there's no future into people trying to hold on to the shit. It's nothing left to hold on. Look at what Rizza Islam is doing. And nobody from the nation is speaking up about it. Come on, man. It's over, bro. It is.
I could see that. It's over. Nobody's speaking up. Nobody's saying anything. Everybody concerned with being on this stupid ass code talking about we don't talk about people. So if I'm seeing a nigga stealing out your pocket, I can't say nothing because we got to be on code.
Yep.
It's a code
No.
that only protects thieves. That's why you got so many damn thieves in the damn community.
Yep. Exactly. You know what they say? There's no honor amongst thieves. None of them. None of them have honor or integrity. None of them. Everybody's just here to scavenge off the carcass of the people. And that's what it is. Everybody's here to eat their piece of the pie. That's it, man. And that's why Tariq jumped on the whole bandwagon. Because like you said, excuse me, that's another way for him to bring in some new income. That's a new wave. That's what business people do. They follow trends and they jump on it and they capitalize off it the best way they can. And that's all he was trying to do. Like you said, sell his little merch and his t-shirts and do a couple shows and shit because that's his whole MO. That's been his MO from the jump. And he gotta find a way to to reinvent himself for his shit to keep going. Because he uses social media as his platform to to keep his hand on the people, to know what's going on, so he know what to promote and what to say.
Yeah, that's exactly how to bring it full circle. That's how he jumped on ADOS. He was watching Yvette Parnell channel, seeing her get all those super chats, and then he said, "I'm gonna start pushing this shit. See if I can get some of that super chat money to flow my way."
Exactly. 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 And around that same time, you started seeing a lot of other smaller channels started keeping the ADOS talk going.
Yeah, because everybody wanted to be down. Everybody wanted to see if they could get some money out of it.
Exactly. Exactly. So just by that alone tells you that the integrity of the message is already watered down from jump because everybody's jumping on it to get the asses money. That's what it is. So it's nothing serious, man. It's entertainment. It's nothing serious, man.
Exactly. I just know one thing. They embarrassed the fuck out of black people, man. Y'all niggas didn't just make a fool out of themselves. They made a fool out of black people. Like when I was watching them talk to people, like sit in the face of reporters and go talk to politicians and stuff, and they was saying stuff, and it just didn't make no sense. It just looked at it sounded so bad. It didn't make no sense. When you got you got an adult sitting in your face, and you saying, "Oh, you're a part of this group," and they saying there ain't no group, it's a lineage. Like, so who's in charge? Nobody's in charge. The code is in charge. When a grown person is thinking to themselves, well, then who makes the code? Nobody makes the code. The agenda makes the code. Well, who makes the agenda? And like when I saw that white lady had the ADOS person talking to her, and she was nodding her head like she had a fucking retarded kid talking, trying to have a conversation with her. That shit broke my heart.
Yeah. Nobody takes it serious, bro. It's not to be taken serious.
And
Nobody takes us serious, dog. Because we don't take us serious. It's a rap. It's a rap, man. The plan that was always written, it worked. Sad, but it worked, man. And for all these years, we talked all of this shit and we marched and, people died and all our freedom fighters and everything people tried to do, man. It just seems like we just fall victim. It's like we're not strong enough to fight, man. It's too much. It's too much they got stacked against us for the majority of us to say we're not gonna um, fall for
I keep
it.
saying, I think the problem is we got too many people who jumping in this. Like if we just had the people like, listen, if you're not serious about this, if you just a wave rider, switch side of dick rider, Johnny come lately, just stay out of it. Like, dog, do us a favor, stay out of it. Because guess what? Somebody like Yvette would have never got the attention of somebody like a Roland Martin, a Joy Reid, people in Congress ever. Because the average black person who actually does politics and do this for a living would have never paid her, saw her foolishness coming a mile away. Now niggas gotta take time away from real shit to deal with that bullshit. And y'all niggas fucked up a lot of good people's campaign. And y'all opened the door for a lot of people who don't like us to move up. Like y'all niggas killed Kamala Harris and Cory Booker's campaign with that reparations talk. And they killed it in a way that they didn't even understand that they killed it. They thought they killed it by saying we not voting for you, and that killed it, which that's not what killed it. And they thought the killing it was a good thing, not realizing when you killed they thingy, guess who moved up? Joe Biden. The Joe Biden who was a segregationalist Democrat, who was against um school busing, who wrote the 94 crime bill, when y'all was blaming Hillary Clinton for it, but it was actually Joe Biden who wrote it. Now he's looking like he's going to get the nomination for the Democratic nomination with ease. And now you don't put people in a position where now they got to choose between Trump and Joe Biden.
And that's what you were saying. And to everybody in the chat, if y'all tuned in right now, shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. You would like to donate to the show, CashApp $SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV, man. I appreciate it. But if y'all go back, y'all could go on my archives and listen to the stream, Javen Bullets versus Mercy L. Javen was saying this shit from day one, that by them pushing this shit is, at the end of the day, y'all really in favor for Joe Biden. when at the end of the day, those are the people who are gonna be left to choose from is Trump and Biden. And either one of them is bad. And he been saying this from day one, and it's crazy how this shit is coming true. But yo, bro, it's a question in the chat room. Would you like to take
Yeah,
this question?
yeah, we can take some questions because, like, I don't want to make this stream too long. So for people who want to see playback and stuff, so because we
Right,
can always
right,
do a
right.
part two to the part two.
Facts, facts. So yeah, I'm gonna take this question and then we can wrap it up. But lift every voice say, do you think the Southern Poverty Law Center will eventually label ADOS as a hate group?
Yeah, it's coming because I already see it as a hate group. I already see it already meet all the criteria of a hate group. It's actually a front group that comes out of a hate group. We already know that Progressives for Immigration Reform is a front group for a hate group. And ADOS comes directly out of that. So now it's a front group for a front group of a hate group. By definition, making this shit as a hate group. This is another thing I was telling niggas. Because they better keep talking about, oh, we don't want to call ourselves a group because it's going to make us good, easy to be labeled. Bitch, whether you call yourself a group or not, people going to see y'all as a group. Like, oh, y'all hashtagging ADOS motherfuckers, y'all group. And now people going to be able to throw that ADOS shit on everybody. Cause now cause so many of y'all pro-black conscious people was pushing this ADOS shit from the new Black Panther Party all the way to fucking Boyce Watkins and everybody else in between. Y'all was all pushing this shit. All somebody got to do is connect you to one of them and connect them to ADOS, and now you connected to a hate group. Certified hate group. There's no wiggle room in this because sometimes they try to label black groups, hate groups, and people always was able to get about that jam. But you ain't gonna be able to wiggle about this jam because we know Progressive for Immigration is a hate group. We know Yvette Carnell sits on the board of that hate group. She meets with them. She gets her information and her marching orders from them. I just did the video when Yvette was taking some statistics from the fake ass think tank Center for Immigration Studies and was giving it to people and was telling y'all that. So if all your talking points come from them, your leader is a part of their leadership, how could you not be a hate group?
Facts.
They've been looking for, like, that's another way that this ADOS shit done hurt so much people because they've been looking for a way to cast one big net over all this pro-black shit, real pro-black shit. Because remember, if you read the Black Identity Extremists, they say in the report that if you a black person and you talking about police brutality, you a Black Identity Extremist. They've been looking for a way to connect everybody in this shit. And they're going to use ADOS to do it. ADOS is going to be like, is what holds everything together. Like if people, like let's say for example, that we was drug dealers, the ADOS shit would be what all they needed to hit us with the RICO.
Damn. Well, lifted every voice said, thanks for taking this question, man. And like you said, man, I ain't gonna hold you up much longer. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat.
If somebody got like a couple more questions, I'll take those real quick. But because I don't want, because people was patient and stuff, and I pretty much thought that they was gonna get. I said we was gonna get the questions. So if they got any more, I'll take a couple of more. But unless you wanna get off.
Okay. We'll take one more question. If y'all got any questions, put them in the chat room. Put them in the chat room. If y'all got any more questions, if not, man, we'll wrap it up. And if y'all would like a part two, y'all can leave it in the comment section. So if y'all got any more questions, I'm gonna give y'all like 2 minutes. Go ahead and put them in the chat. But shout out to y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man, and share the show. Go ahead, John. Go ahead and put the questions in the chat, man. Torian, what's good, man? Thanks for coming through. Sold us out for milk money. Yep, it's a fact. Here's another question. Seiko says, Haven, did you guys hear about how the ADOS chapter in Columbus, Ohio, were celebrating the win of the Black Republican judge Stephanie Mingo?
Nah, I didn't hear about that, but I'll look into that. And again, if that's true, that's just even more. That's just even more proof right there, and that's more problems because of the worst judges for black people are Republican judges, and the only judges worse than them are black Republican judges because they get to be as racist as humanly possible. They get to do as much anti-blackness as humanly possible for their white masters, and nobody gets to call them out for you. And it's virtually impossible to call them out for their racism because they black. Like I've done seen reports that black Republican judges sentence black people more harshly than any other judges in the country. Look at what Clarence Thomas has been doing. This nigga has co-signed everything that's come, damn near everything that's come down the pipe that hurt black people. He helped fuck up he was the deciding vote that helped fuck up the Voting Rights Act. He's most likely gonna be the deciding vote that helped Comcast win. He was the deciding vote that helped them do the gerrymandering, which is a bunch of racist ass gerrymandering that takes rights from black people. These are what these black judges do. These black Republican judges do that. They carry out the racist white agenda, but they do it in blackface. So it's virtually impossible for people to actually call them out the way they need to. Just like Yvette Carnell. If Yvette Carnell was white doing what she was doing, people would be all over her, calling her out. But because she's black and she got tone talks and they black and they doing it, people are falling back or people don't know how to actually come after it. Like, can you actually accuse Tone and Yvette of being racist?
Okay, I'm gonna take one more question and let me see. Lift Every Voice says ADOS dead after all of this?
It's dead in the way that is only downhill from here, but it's still gonna have its dick riders who gonna still be holding on to it, promoting it. It ain't gonna officially, like I said, it was gonna take a year for the division and the infighting to start, and then it's going downhill. But it's not gonna be officially dead until Trump win re-election next year, and then when Trump win a re-election officially and there is no way to even think about talking about reparations because now you still got your people still trying to hold on to reparations. But once Trump wins and the election happens, reparations, nobody with a straight face gonna be able to even say the word reparations. And then from that point on, you're probably gonna still have your couple of dick riders, but for the most part, it's just done. So yeah, it's done now. It's plateaued. It's done. But it's all downhill from here with the people is concerned. They might still get on TV a little bit more, but with the people, it's downhill. It's done. But they already did all the damage they needed to do. So it don't matter at this point.
Okay, cool. So shout out to everybody, man. Thanks for tuning in. We gonna wrap it up. If y'all got any more questions, man, like I said, y'all can put them down in the comment section. I know Haven to answer any one of y'all questions. And if y'all would like for us to do a part two to the part two, man, just leave it in the comment section. I appreciate everybody for coming through. If y'all would like to donate, Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV. Thanks a lot for coming through. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Like I said, if y'all want us to come back and do a part 2 to the part 2, leave it in the comment section. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to Javen Bullets. Go and check out his channel. We will be dropping some content real soon on this. Y'all stay tuned for that. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.